Alright, good evening YouTube. Thanks for coming back and checking out another video. Tonight I want to do something a little bit different. Most of the watches that I've reviewed in the past were watches that, I've only owned for maybe a few weeks, maybe a month. This is one I've had now for over a year, so this will be a 1 year long-term update of my Tissot Seastar. I purchased this a little over a year ago for about $475. And they tend to trend right around 450 to 500 on the gray market, Amazon, Joma Shop, any of those types of places. So let me just get into it real quick and just give you my thoughts, what it's like to have owned this watch for a year, some of the things I like, some of the things I don't like, and let's get right into it. So I'm going to start quick with dimensions. The width of the case is about 42 millimeters. Lug to lug, you're looking at about 48, 49. And the thickness is about 12.7 millimeters thick. Thickness is not too bad. As far as dimensions go for a dive watch, this is actually pretty good. I've had larger diver watches in the past that I've since sold. I feel like this actually wears pretty well for its dimensions. This one comes on a rubber strap. It's one of these fixed rubber straps. I actually really like it. The rubber it's pretty soft. It's very pliable, very flexible, has a simple buckle system. And as you can see here, it's signed with the Tissot logo. Now, as you can see here, after a year of ownership, some of the paint has already faded off the Tissot engraving on the buckle. So, something to take note, that's something that's already started to go on there. But other than that, the rubber strap is actually held up very well. The bezel is surprisingly ceramic. This is one of the few watches you can find for under $500 that actually has a ceramic bezel. Now, here's the thing. Full disclosure about this ceramic bezel. It's not like the real good matte ceramic that you see on maybe some higher end watches. This has more of like a glossy finish to it, and that'll take me to one of the negatives I have about the watch, especially when you're out in daylight. Now, here in the evening, on the camera, it shows up pretty well, pretty legible. When you're out in daylight, though, sometimes the bezel markers are really hard to see because of that glossy finish. Now, honestly, do I care? No. Do I use this for diving? No, of course not. Just the fact that you're getting a ceramic bezel for less than $500 is pretty cool in and of itself. The crystal is sapphire. They have a date window at the 6 o'clock. The date wheel matches the dial, which I really like. I've become a stickler as I've gone on collecting watches. It drives me nuts when I don't see a matching date wheel on a watch. And the one standout feature, though, and the reason why I bought this particular model was the dial. And I'm going to try and show it here in some of the light, try to catch some of the light. You see that color wave, how it moves, how it shines? This watch has sort of like a blue and black finish to it. But depending on what type of light you're in or which angle you're looking at, it just kind of fades from blue to black. I have never seen a dial like this before. It is absolutely stunning. They made this watch in several different variants. They had a black dial, they had a regular matte blue dial, they had a black dial with a two-tone finish on the bracelet. None of those compared to this dial, to the style of this dial. As I'm moving it around, you can see like that blue, how it shifts. It goes from blue to black. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Screw down crown. The crown is signed. It has a display case back, and you can see here it is the Tissot Powermatic 80 movement. So this is a relatively standard ETA movement. However, Tissot makes their own modifications to it, and it gets it out to a 80-hour power reserve. Now, this is not the newer Powermatic 80 that uses the silicone balance spring. This is an older model. It does not have the silicone balance spring. The display back is also sapphire as well. Case design is pretty cool. It has these neat little grooves in here. The inside of the grooves are polished, but the outside part of the case here, it has like a brushed finish to it. So it kind of gives it, and you can see here the groove is actually longer across the case on the other side of the watch. And, please excuse all the smudges. This watch has been well worn. I believe it's a 120 click dial, bezel. You can hear it. Bezel action's pretty good. Not much in the way of back play, so that handles this fine. The hands are very much sword style hands, very modern looking. This is not a vintage inspired diver by any stretch of the imagination. Very much a modern diver. And that was one of the reasons why I was attracted to it. I have plenty of vintage inspired watches in my collection, but when it came to picking up a dive watch, I kind of actually wanted something a little bit more modern, and this one really fit the bill. So those are my impressions about it. After wearing this for a year now, I've really enjoyed it. The accuracy of the movement has been fine. I mean, I keep this watch on a watch winder. I maybe have to adjust the time once every few weeks. Typically, it loses time. If I had to guess, it's probably somewhere around -5 or 6 seconds a day. But these Powermatic 80 movements from the Swatch Group they're really reliable, really accurate. They just work. I mean, if you're looking for a Swiss mechanical watch, a dive watch, and you don't have a lot of money to spend, you're on a budget, this is one of the best ones that I can recommend. I mean, it just works, and you're getting a brand with a lot of heritage. Tissot's been around. It says it on the dial, 1853. They've been around a long time. You just can't go wrong. Crown action's really good. It's a screw down crown, obviously, because this watch has 300 meters of water resistance. So I had it tight in there, pretty tight. Pops out to the first position. The watch will manually wind. Pop it out to the second position. You can adjust the date. Third position adjusts the time. Second hand stops. It's what they call hacking. And then it just screws back in. These crown guards don't get in the way. The crown action, especially compared to some other divers that I've owned over the years, is actually very good. So once again, for the price, you're getting a really, really well-made watch. So I'm just going to go ahead, throw it on the wrist real quick, and show you what it looks like on my 6 3/4 inch wrists. Going back to those dimensions again, like I said, it's about 42 millimeters wide, 48, 49 lug to lug. And like I said, I have 6 3/4 inch wrists. I think it just looks fine. It doesn't look too big. Wears great. This is sort of like my beater watch for when I'm dressing casual at work or doing stuff around the house. I've worn this in the pool a whole bunch of times. Holds up just fine. So after 1 year, I've been very, very happy with this timepiece. And that's really all I have to say about it tonight. Any questions about the watch, or if you feel like I left anything out that you had a question about, please leave me a comment down below. Look forward to hearing from you. Hope everyone's well out there and you're staying safe. Take care, guys. Have a good night.